Are you part of the parents who believe that until I have disgraced this child outside, this child will not hear me? If you are part, let me see your hands. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone and where you are watching me from. Again, my name is Charity Ibabuchi. For those of you who are watching me for the first time, do not forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment under this video. Thank you for following me all this while. I want to talk on something very important in this new series, and then I will start with asking a question. Do you believe that until you have disgraced a child outside, the child will not behave well? Are you part of the parents who believe that until I have disgraced this child outside, this child will not hear me? If you are part, let me see your hands on the comment section. So let's move. How do I correct my child's misbehavior? Is it by disgracing that child outside? I've seen parents who say to me, don't worry, if I don't disgrace this child outside, the child will not stop this misbehavior. Do you really think that disgracing your child outside, yelling on them outside, beating and hitting them will correct that negative behavior? I'm not sure. But let's move. Let me first of all say here that we have high expectations for our children. Is it bad to have high expectations for your children? Not at all. It is good to have expectations for them. But in your expectations over your children, remember that a child is a child. The Bible said that there is foolishness in the heart of a child. Go and look for that scripture and read. There is foolishness in the heart of a child. So no matter how you want to look at it, a child is still a child. It is because our high expectations of our children has demeaned the fact that a child is a child. We want our children to grow up fast. Yes, they will grow. Adulthood, they will be there forever. They will be there until Jesus comes. From 18, adulthood has started, move 20, 25, all of that. Till, like I said, Jesus comes. But between this 1 and 18 years, can we allow our children to be children? And do you know what? Most of the things we call misbehaviors are not. They are just, our children being children. Most of the things our children do and we term them as this child is misbehaving, they are not. Our children are only trying to be children. So allow your child to be a child. Remember that scripture I quoted, there is foolishness in the heart of a child. A child can be funny. A child can do a lot of, things that you as a parent will term misbehavior. I want us to understand that parenting is first of all about us. Parenting your child is first of all about you as a parent. So now, how do I begin to correct my child's misbehaviors? The first thing is to set clear expectations and boundaries. I said clear expectations and boundaries. Some of us, our expectations over our children are not clear. They are not, they are not realistic. They are not reasonable. Let me use that word. Our expectations over our children are not reasonable. And so the first thing is to set clear expectations and boundaries. And as you are setting them, you are carrying your children along. Your child should know what is expected of them. One of the things I have in my home is the house rule. And one of the house rules is I take it off from here, I return it. So nobody will go and take something from here. My child will not take off this from here and will not return it. No, because it is a rule in the house. It is my expectations of them that once you take this thing and you are done, you do what? We return it. The house rule. What am I expecting of you as my child? You open the tap, you lock it. These are expectations that I have for my children. You mess up the dining after eating, you clean up. And when you are setting these rules and expectations and boundaries, you must carry. In fact, what we do in the home here is everyone gathers and we set the rules. everyone gathers and we talk about it. And as we are talking about it, we're also talking about the consequences attached to it. So I come into the house and I notice that someone has just finished eating and didn't pick the plate. The first thing I ask is, who is that? Once the name is mentioned, the person already knows that there is a consequence to that. And some of the consequences is that every other plate that you ate with, you will wash it. And then you will have extra work. So clear expectations over what you expect from them will work a lot in correcting your child's misbehaviors. It is a misbehavior that you finish eating and you didn't clean up. That's a misbehavior. But if I have it cleared out, if I have it, penned down, that as I eat, I must clear. I want to tell you, your child will not want to play with that role. Number 2, you must use positive language on your child. A lot of us are so negative. You want to tell a child, I don't want to see you outside when I come back. And you are telling your child, let me see you outside. When I come back, I want to see you outside. That's misconception. A child who does not understand that language would think that what you are saying is, once I leave, you can come out and play. We talk to our children and we are not clear about what we want. We are not using the right language. So I want to tell my child that I don't want to see you outside when I come back. Why not go straight? We want to talk to them in parables. Welcome, Jesus that speaks to people in parables. You want your child to get you. You want that behavior to be corrected. Then you must learn to use the positive language, the right words, the right sentences. So, dear daughter, I don't want to see you outside when I come in. I should see you reading your book or writing or sleeping. This is clearer than saying, when I come back, let me see you outside. If you are in that category, say I. So the third point is to redirect the behaviors you don't want. Redirect the behaviors you don't want. For instance, let me use the behavior of eating and not clearing again. Once you come in and your child has not cleared and then you have stated the rules, what you can do is to redirect. For toddlers and young children, you can redirect. Okay, so who just ate here and didn't clean up? Is Deborah. All right, Deborah, please come and pack up, clean up and go and wash your plate. Now you are redirecting them to the right thing to do. We are too quick to beat our children. I remember sharing one time, I think last year, how I was in the kitchen with my daughter and I told her to cut the vegetable. And I saw that she went straight with the knife on the cutting board to start cutting vegetables that have not been washed. Of course, the traditional mother that I am, I almost hate. And something just said, have you told her? And I remember that all of this while, we wash the vegetable and give her to cut. I have never taught her to wash. I've always washed or asked somebody to wash with salt and vinegar or whatever, and then give her to cut. So now I need to redirect that behavior by telling her what to do. And what to do is to wash with either salt or whatever. I had to call her and say, okay, I have not taught you how to wash. Oh yeah, put these vegetables in a bowl, put clean water, add your salt, and begin to wash them thoroughly. You wash the first one, pour the water, wash the second, pour the water, and like that until you are sure that the vegetable is clean for what? For cutting. And we made it. Since then till now, my daughter will not cut any vegetable that is not washed. If I have started by beating her, I am also doing myself a disservice. And that's why I keep saying to parents, you are not permitted to beat a child that you have not trained. Let me say that again. You as a parent are not permitted to beat any child that you have not trained. We are too quick to beat them. So you can always redirect that behavior. You can also use non-verbal cues. You can use body language. I remember coming into the house one day and then I was coming with a friend. And then we had one or two things. It was rainy season. We had one or two things in the smaller sitting room, like clothes and all of that. And so as soon as I horned and someone came in, I gave a sign that someone was in the car with me. And of course, they understood quickly what I meant, that the clothes in the sitting room has to be moved because a visitor was coming into the house with me. your child is before visitors and all that, use body language, use eye contact and all of that to communicate. You must not always talk. I know some parents who will come and so why is the clothes here? Why are they here? You are thinking, no. That honey and someone came out and I did that sign. They quickly understood that what I meant was go and take off all the clothes in the sitting room. So you can always do what? Use non-verbal cues to, communicate or change behaviors. Then you can also offer choices. Provide your children with choices. Choices like, instead of saying, when I go out now, come outside and be playing. That's not what you intend to say, or that's not what you want to say. Why not give choices? So I am going out now. You can decide to watch TV or read your books or write a poem or write a gratitude note to either God or your parents. Just give them choices. When you give choices, children will not misbehave because they know, so I have like 4 things to choose from. It is when we are too rigid that our children tend to play with us. And finally on this, never use don't. Children's curiosity come up when they hear don't. I want to know. I will give you an instance. When David, my son, was much younger, and then we had this lantern in my house. Anytime he's coming close, I'll say, don't come here, David. Don't come here. As soon as I say that, don't come. There's something that, so why is this woman stopping me from doing this? When we use the word don't, it sparks more curiosity. I want to know why. But when you use words like you don't want a child to run, instead of saying don't run, say can you walk or take a walk. Take turns. There's a way to say it and then your children just falling. That don't, that word D-O-N and T, it sparks this abnormal curiosity. So something must be in this thing that my mom is saying don't go to the kitchen. Oh, well done. As soon as you leave, they are going there. I want to believe that with these few points I have given you, you have learned how to correct your child and not disgracing them in the public. And so let me just share with you again, in case you are in a public area and your child does something that you feel is a misbehavior, because for every behavior a child puts on, that child is only simply seeking your attention. And so you feel, so this child has disgraced me again, this child has misbehaved. Can you just stay calm? Learn to stay calm, even in that seemingly foolish situation, like we call it. Just be calm. Be calm. Yes. Someone is saying, can you be calm? When they have just brought your child to you and say your child has stolen somebody's meat, be calm. Because in that situation, if you are not calm, you will go ahead to curse your child. You will go ahead to pronounce negative as some parents. I was living somewhere before and there's this woman I know. Oh gosh. The kind of things that comes out of her mouth to the hearts of our children. No. They are not worthy to be emulated. And so when you are not calm that way, what you will do is either releasing negative words that will affect your child's self-esteem in the nearest future. So you need to be calm in that situation. And we are too quick to hit or shout. Like I will always say to parents, have you modeled the behavior you want your child to put up? Have you modeled that behavior? So let me share something with you. One day I took my children out on a date. We wanted to eat, and I know that of course that restaurant will usually take like 30 minutes before they answer. So of course I told them that we're going somewhere, and when we get there you need to comport yourself. And we're all there. I was also comfortable. I sat down there, nobody was complaining. Even when one or two wanted to say, this food is getting too long to come, you see me relax and say, yeah, but then it will surely come. And then after 30 minutes or so, the food arrived. What are you modeling before them? Let me round up with this final scenario. You are telling your child, don't lie. And then suddenly you tell your child, when that man comes, tell him I am not around. and you are in the house. You're already modeling a bad behavior. And so when this child starts lying and you are quick to beat, let your conscience judge you that you are the one who has taught your child or who has modeled lying to your child. Let's model the behaviors we want to see in our children. I hope with this few points of mine, I've been able to convince you that disgracing your child outside is not a means or a tool to correcting negative behavior. Go through these lessons again and begin to practicalize all that I've shared with you and many more. And you will see that your child will begin to come out of that negative behavior and begin to act well. Don't forget to press the notification button, share, comment, and like my video. I will see you on my next